set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy.
Remember when you are your car when you get to Palmer or when you... Remember when you are your car when you get to Palmer or when you...
That's lovely, yeah.
Hey! Let's go! Let's go!
Can you make it take runs?
Mommy, look at all the pictures.
Yeah, they look good.
But it's black and it's stay He's got 1 mile to go. See?
Go, Riley! Go, Jen, looking good!
Run, Anna! Whatever! Whatever! Go, Rosie! Go, Fiona! Go, Simon!
Go, Derek, looking good!
That's Sophie! We got the phone. Got France! Have a little call.
Go, Flora!
Go, England!
Let's go, guys!
Go, mate!
Go Pacer!
Come on, Alan!
Jack!
Come on, you got this, keep running!
I'm here! Hello!
Let's go, George! Keep going! Let's go, Peter. David, come on, David. Steve, come on, keep going.
Yes, Andre!
Andre, come on, keep going.
Come on, Phil! Yes, Donna! Yes, Susie! Come on, you got this! Keep going!
Charlie, you can do it, Charlie. Let's go, Alfie. Well done. Let's go. Well done. Keep going. Well done. Well done. Keep going. Well done.
Fred started off really early. It's always good to
Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm f***ed off at these f***ing clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work